Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we're doing another tier list. Last time we took a look at every dragon in Hearthstone history, and today we're going to rate every single beast in Hearthstone history from tier S to F, S being the absolute god tier, best beast in the game, with F being a complete fail, saw like no play, waste of a card, all of that. There are a lot of beasts, so I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as possible. But as you can see, we got a lot to go through. So let's get going right away. Our first card here is a Hunter Legendary, Dreadscale, 3 mana, 4/2, has an active effect of deal 1 damage to all minions. Was actually not too bad in Hunter. Solid B, middle of the road beast. Really good Rexar option as well. But yeah, deal 1 damage, could be an AoE, it's a decent body, all that. Wasn't too bad, saw limited play in some mid-range Hunters. Then we have our little Hogsteed friend. It's a 2 mana 2/1 beast, has Rush and Death Rattle. It summons a 1/1 Murloc. This guy's seen a lot of play over throughout his introduction, whether it be in Quest Hunter or even just like Reno Hunter or just like mid-range decks. Like, it's a little rusher. It lines up well against like Demon Hunter minions in particular, and it's got Rush. It's not the worst card in the world, and seen quite a bit of play. Quite a surprise actually. Then we have Starving Buzzard. This card originally, I believe, was like 3 or 2 mana. It's before my time, but in more recent years, is a 5 mana 3/2 beast that whenever a beast is summoned draws a card. It's much too slow. Honestly, cannot remember the last time I've seen it play outside of Death Star, forcing it. It's not good. It's bad. It's F. I don't remember. It's bad. Then we have the Lynx. 5 mana, 3/2 legendary for Hunter. It fills your hand with 1/1 Lynxes that have Rush. And not a terrible card. Not great. Seen limited play in like mainly Quest Hunter, because it was just good value, get your quest done. But yeah, I mean, it's understated. It's a 5-drop that doesn't do a heck of a lot. But overall, middle of the road beast. Not bad. Close to an A, but I wouldn't quite go there. Then we have the Long Neck for Druid. It's a 5 mana 5/4 adapt. This was a pack filler. Like, hey, look what Adapt can do. It can do garbage things. Kind of an F. Like, I don't remember seeing this guy, like, literally ever played. Even in Quest Druid, where you had 5 attack minions you wanted to play. It just wasn't really good enough. And then we have one of the newer beasts, the Lurker Below, a 6 mana 6/5 Shaman Legendary. Deal 3 damage to an enemy minion, and if it dies, do it to its neighbor, and continue to do it to its neighbor. This card's insane. Like, it's really good. Been playing it in Wild in my Reno Shutterwalk Shaman. It's nuts. In Standard, I'm sure it'd be good if Shaman was playable. I'm going to give it an A. It's probably could end up being an S-tier beast down the road, but it's a really good beast. Like, AoE on a 6/5 now that's been buffed. Nuts. Really good card. We have Pantry Spider, 3 mana 1/3 beast. Battlecry, summon another 1/3 spider. It's okay. It doesn't summon a copy of itself, so you can't like do weird stuff. It's just like whatever. I won't give it an F because it can. It's not like limited play in like token decks and like Keleseth. Not really. I'll give it a C. It's not quite this bad. Then we have Janelai, the Dragonhawk. It's a 7 mana 4/4 beast puke, but it's for mage. And if you've dealt 8 damage with your hero power, summon Ragnaros. It was pretty good in Odd Mage. Odd Mage wasn't great, but card's insane if it's active. 7 mana 12/12, and 8 of that's Ragnaros. That's pretty damn good. But the card hasn't really seen meta play in forever, but pure power level alone, and if Odd Mage was ever decent again in Wild, this card would still be really good, but it's not. Then we Charge Devil Sword. It's an 8 mana 7/7 beast with charge. It cannot attack enemies this turn. Basically, turn is played. But that's a battle cry, right? So if you cheat it out, like you cheat out with Recruit, it can go face. This card saw a decent amount of play. It's in like Katrina Beast. It's Katrina Beast Hunter, like the mid-range hunter. You get it with Katrina, get it out. And even like I've seen it in big priest decks where you like Shadow Essence it and you Smork, and then you resurrect it. You can do stuff with Undasta. Just a very solid card. And worst comes to worst, you play it from hand, and it's a good removal, and it leaves a body behind that you have to worry about, especially when Carnivorous Cube is a card. It's pretty good. It's seen a lot of play. I gotta give it an A. Then we have Jungle Panther, a 3 mana 4/2 stealth. Surprisingly, this guy has seen play here and there. It's an aggressively statted beast with stealth, And in a lot of aggressive decks, when there's been like kind of lacking in aggro cards or things like that, it has seen a fair amount of play. But overall, just kind of middle of the road. It's like a low B, not quite a C, but low B. Same goes for Stranglethorn Tiger. It's a 5-mana 5/5. Again, Stealth Beast. It has seen play in some aggressive decks where like interactivity's not very, you can't interact with it. It's pretty good to play on there. It was in like Beast Druid. You could play this in a Menagerie Warden and get another one. But again, those decks never really took off. But it's a pretty good card. Just, doesn't see play that often. But sometimes. Then we have Oasis Snapjaw 4-mana 2/7 Beast. Honestly, can't remember this ever seen constructed play. I mean, it's got a bunch of stats, but 2 attack sucks. It just doesn't do anything. It's just whatever. I've never seen it play, so I'm going to give it an F. Then with Alkali the Rhino, 8-mana 5/5 Rush. Overkill, you summon a Rush minion from your deck, and it gets +5/+5. Good card in theory. Really doesn't see much play. I'm going to give it a high C. It's too slow. And the payoff isn't really worth it. It was more like a card you get off Elysiana, or like randomly discovered somehow. But overall, I just don't really think you ever ran this card in your deck. It's not that good. Then we got like this Skitterer, little 5-mana 1/3 Rush Poisonous Beast for Hunter. It's not quite an F, but it's close. I don't know if I've ever seen it played in a Hunter deck, but I've certainly seen it discovered off Rexar a hell of a lot. And for that, I'll give it a C, but overall, yikes. We have like, I don't know if it's called Lone Specimen, but this is a 6-mana 6/6, but it deals 6 damage to friendly minions, so it's only really good on an empty board, and you're playing Hunter, you typically want to play stuff. Again, it's something you get off Rexar, you gave it like Lifesteal, and that 6 damage would like heal you up a bit. It's not bad, but kind of gotta give it an F. I've never really seen that guy play. It's just kind of garbage. And then we got this Scorpion. I don't know what the first name is, but it's a 4-mana 5/2, deal 2 damage. If it kills something, it gains stealth. Although this card does not see much play in Standard right now, it's not bad. It's like a middle-of-the-road B card. Decent battle cry, it can go face, and the stealth effect can be very valuable. And I've seen in Arena, it's really good there. Wild, not so much, but don't undersell this card. It can always pop up down the road. It's not bad, and yeah, aggressively statted stealth with a decent battle cry. Don't sleep on it. Steel Beetle, it's a 2-mana 2/3 beast for Druid. If you're holding a spell, you gain 5 armor. Not bad. Pretty good. This archetype of Druid kind of sucks right now, but in Quest Druid, it's really solid, and you can even play, I've seen even play Wild here and there. So I'll give it a low A. It's a premium statted beast with a good upside of staying alive as a Druid. You can't really go wrong with that. We have Savannah Highmane. This was the original, everyone called this the legendary. It's a legendary. It's so good at Hunter. It's got to be S tier, right? Nah, power creep's happened. Power creep has knocked this one down to an A. Borderline B. You don't really ever hard run this card, but for its historical impact on the game and like how it was like just the insanely value beast you could play, I'm gonna give it an honorary A, but honestly, when's the last time someone slammed Savannah Highmane and ladder on you? It's pretty rare. We got Young Dragonhawk. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Wind Fury. I guess you could do some combos, try and high roll people like Tundra Rhino and Bestial Wrath, but real hot garbage. Like, it just dies to everything. Vex Crow's a 4-mana 3/3 beast for Mage. When you cast a spell, you got a random 2-drop. Not bad. Saw Fringe play. It's a good tempo mage card. You can get Millhouse, or you can also get Lore Walker Cho or Doomsayer or all sorts of stuff. Mages typically have better stuff to do, but it saw play. It's in the Dread scale kind of range. Then we've got the Camel for Hunter. It was a 3-mana 2/4. It had a battle cry of summon a 1-drop for each player. I think I remember Jackie Chan playing this in like a mid-range Hunter a lot. I remember watching his stream, and he would cheat out the injured Cavaldier. It's like a 1-mana 2/4. So you play this, you play 3-mana 2/4, get out another 2/4, and the downside is your opponent got a 1-drop, but you're typically getting rewarded more for it. It wasn't bad. So it wasn't that bad. So, you know what? I gave it a B, but it only really saw meta in that, like, literally that one area. That's it. So I'll give it that. It's not bad, not great. Then we have Pit Crocolisk. It's an 8-mana 5/6 beast Battlecry, deal 5 damage, which can go face. Has seen effectively no ladder play. Very powerful arena card like North Sea Kraken was. But overall, just not good enough to make the ladder cut. I'll give it a C actually. I've literally never seen anyone play it. I think someone tried it in like Quest Shaman once, but when you played it with like Shudderwalk, you'd hit yourself and it felt bad. They have Octosari, Octodad, 8 mana, 8/8 Beast, Death Rattle, draw 8 cards. Pretty good refill for like aggro decks. Big body, can't ignore it. It's pretty good. It's seen play in a lot of aggro decks, like even Shaman still runs it here and there. And like Paladin decks and Standard for a while, and Highland, I think Highlander Paladin in particular ran it. It's just good. Draws a bunch of cards, and it feels good when you evolve your opponent into it, and then you kill it, and you mill their life and dreams, so pretty cool. Then we have, what is this, Gloomstag? Oh my goodness! This card was so good, it got Hall of Famed a year early. It wasn't because of Baku, it's because of Gloomstag. It's 5 mana 2/6, gain +1/+1. If your deck is made of odd cards. Saw play in Odd Druid. Odd Druid wasn't great, but it was playable. I'll give him a C. He got Hall of Famed early. Can't be an F, right? Yeah. Then we have Spitting Camel, 2 mana 2/4. Deal 1 damage to a random friendly minion. You see this a lot off of Evolved Lackey and 2-drop Lackey and stuff like that. That's about it. Never seen a home for this guy. Definitely an F. Fiery Bat, named after Firebat, 1 mana 2/1 Beast, Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to an enemy character, can go face. Pretty good beast. I'll give it a low A. Saw a lot of play when it came out. Good stats, good upside, very good. We have Scavenging Hyena, 2 mana 2/2 Beast. Whenever a friendly beast dies, give it +2/+1. This guy has seen play here and there. Really good with Unleash the Hounds, the Springpaw, like the Lynxes and all that. I think he's kind of just one of the OG beasts that's always popped up and done a lot of good work. So you know what? Hyena is going to be my first S-tier beast. Might be a little generous, but this guy can just win games. It sticks on the board, it's not answered. It just wins. And it's done really good work throughout the history of Hearthstone. Might not be super meta now, but you never know when it's going to pop back up. Then we got this 1 mana 2/1 that helped Raptor Hatchling that made Life Coach kind of quit. It's part of the Quest Hunter package of a 1 mana 2/1 Death Rattle, shuffle a 4/3 beast in your deck. Never really ever saw competitive play. Quest Hunter was never competitive. This card wasn't even good in that deck for the most part. Because it turns out like a 1 mana 4/3 just isn't impactful later in the game. So give it an F. It saw like the most fringe of play, and in those decks it was bad. Then we have Shirvala the Tiger, 25 mana, 7/5 Lifesteal, Divine Shield, Rush Beast. Holy crap. That's a mouthful. Really good, and obviously like OTK Pally. You could also play it like Hyrule, like Molten Giant Pally and Wild. You could do all sorts of crazy stuff. A really, really good beast. Doesn't see much play in Wild today, but it saw play its entire run in Wild, in Standard. And not just in one archetype. Yes, it was really good in OTK Pally, but it's good in like Big Pally as well. I'm giving it an S. Just super good beast. I did enjoy the design. I didn't love the design of OTK Pally. It's not very interactive and all that stuff, but card's sick. And yeah, in a case I didn't mention, it's 25 mana. It gets discounted for the amount of mana you spent on spells in the game, so quite easily could become 0. Really cool card. Giving him an S. Really powerful beast. And you can do really cool stuff. And then Sathvar came in. You could copy it. Cool stuff. Anyways, Scale Worm. 4 mana 4/4 beast. If you're holding a dragon, gain +1 in Rush. Saw a good amount of play. Even sees play in some people still run him in like Dragon Reno Priest. I'll give it a low A. It's a 4 mana 5/4 with Rush. It's good. It's not bad. It's seen a lot of play in a lot of different decks. We got Gurbashi Chicken. 1 mana 1/1 Overkill. Gain +5 attack. What the hell are you doing with that? I've never seen it work. It's an F. It's cute. The design's kind of cute, but oh my god. We got King's Elec, another Hunter Beast, 2 mana 3/2 Battle Cry. It jousts, so if you both people draw show a minion from their deck, if yours costs more, you draw it. This card's seen played so many Hunter decks in Standard and Wild. Super good. I kind of want to give it an S. I really do, but it just hasn't seen a lot of play lately. Even less recently than Scavenging Hyena. Gonna give it a really high A. It's borderline. And it was good in like Naga. There was a Naga Hunter deck, mid-range Hunter. You can run it even like your Reno Hunter. It's really, really good. And you might argue for an S on it, but I'm going to stick to a very high A. It's really close. Emperor Cobra, 3 mana, 2/3 poisonous. You like getting it off of his secret. Not so much hard running this card. It's just okay. It's like a C. You're just really not running it. You just kind of get it off of stuff. We have Emerald Hive Queen, 1 mana, 2/3. Your minions cost 2 more. I've never, ever seen this played. I've seen it gotten randomly and all that, but never seen it play. It's just an F. By the way, this guy needs to be farther down. I'm upset by that. And then we have Armageddillo, 6 mana, 4/7 taunt for Warrior, and it has an end of turn effect of giving your taunt minions in hand, I believe, +2/+2. So if this guy sticks, it can keep buffing, and there's stuff like Tomb Wardens that get double the buff from it. I saw a lot of play in like Control Warrior for a little bit. It's fallen off recently, but even in Wild, in like Quest Warrior, it's very good right now. Although that deck is like, it's a very good card. It's like a high A. Very strong card in a lot of different warrior archetypes. And yeah, just pretty cool. I like it. And we got Duskboar, 2 mana, 4/1 beast. Yeah, it's an F. We have Direhorn, the Ironhide Direhorn, 7 mana, 5/5. Or is it a 7/7? I don't remember because nobody plays this except in Battlegrounds. If you kill something, it's a 7/7. If you kill something, you overkill and you get a 5/5. I mean, it's pretty good in Battlegrounds if you get a golden in Standard and Wild. I've never seen it play. I'll give it a low C. I mean, it's not terrible. It just doesn't really, it's not good enough. Kindly Grandmother's a 2 mana, 1/1 beast. Death Rattle, get a 3/2 beast. This was a Hunter card. It was quite good. Saw a lot of play. I'll give it a high B. Not quite at the level of Fiery Bat for its like amount of play it saw, but not bad. And probably the same with Shimmerfly. 1 mana, 1/1 Hunter Beast. That Death Rattle, you get a random Hunter spell. Again, pretty good. Saw some play, but overall, not. I mean, there's just a lot better options for the most part. Even, I think it's in Standard right now, and it still doesn't see play in like Highliner. Just because of like Scavenger's Ingenuity, you don't want to draw it. And we have Baku. Well, this guy's alright. At the start of your game, if you have no odd cost cards, get an upgraded hero power. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's an S tier beast. I mean, he got Hall of Famed, legitimately Hall of Famed a year early. One of the most broken cards ever made. Just crazy. It's still defined so many decks in Wild. Whether it be odd Rogue, odd Demon Hunter, odd Warrior, odd Paladin. There's still odd Mages decent, odd Druids decent, odd Shaman sees play. It's like, there's very few odd decks that haven't been decent. Odd Priests has even seen play. It's pretty crazy. Just odd Warlock sucks, so I guess there's that. Yeah, odd Warlock. Who cares, right? Then we have the 6 mana 5/5 a taunt adapt warrior taunt. Even in Quest Warrior, he didn't really see play. In theory, it was good, but when one of your adapts is taunt, that limits your options, and there's just, the stats aren't great. You can get a 5/8 if you high roll it. Divine Shield's okay, but overall, it just never really panned out. We have Lost Hallstrider, 4 mana 5/4 beast. Just generic neutral minion. It's a C. Not bad, not great. Premium stats, but you pretty much never ran it. You have a Witch's Apprentice, a 1 mana 0/1 taunt for Shaman. You battle cry, you add a random spell to your hand, Shaman spell. I thought this guy would be better, but it turns out a taunt with no attack just isn't impactful enough. Just never made the cut. It's not a fail, but it's just never good enough. We have Lightforged Stegodon. It's a 4 mana 3/4 Murloc, or not Murloc. I think Murloc is a Paladin, but Paladin Beast. It adapts your Silverhand Recruits. It was pretty good in Dude Paladin. It's not odd cost, so it doesn't see play an odd Paladin, but even in some people still play like even Paladin or like Dude Paladin. It's pretty good there. I'll give it a moderate B. It kind of fits that, you know, sees a bit of play, but not a top tier guy. This beast has lifesteal, and it's a 1 mana 2/1. It's kind of crap. We have Subject 9. 5 mana 4/4 legendary beast. It draws 5 secrets or 5 different secrets from your deck. Most people just think it's a Hunter card. It's actually neutral, but mostly played in Hunter. I've seen some people try it in like Secret Rogue. Secret Mage doesn't need it. It's a good card. It was really good in Hunter, and it still sees play in Hunter today. And yeah, just draw a bunch of secrets. And it's a beast that doesn't hurt. We have Myexna, 6 mana 2/8 beast. It's a Battlegrounds card. That's the only time I've ever seen it played. I'll give it an F. Just not impactful enough. Cave Hydra, Battlegrounds card. You need to buff it for sure in Standard and Wild, and it's just too slow. Even with cards like Scavenger's Ingenuity, it's never going to prop it. But I won't give it an F. It's like a very low C. We have Jeweled Macaw, 1 mana, 1/1 beast, Battlecry, add a random beast to your hand. Pretty good. In that Kindly Grandmother, Shimmerfly area, it saw play here and there, but overall not super meta-defining for Hunter. Borderline A, but again, not quite there. River Croc. This card's been power creep probably more than almost any card. It's 2 mana, 2/3 beast. We got stuff like Galaka Crawler and things like that. I mean, it's a C. It's vanilla stats, but it's not an F. It's okay, I guess. Pit Snake, a 1 mana, 2/1 poisonous beast for Rogue. Kind of a low C. Not terrible. Again, doesn't really see any play. Dire Mole, a 1 mana, 1/3 beast. This is actually a low A. This guy saw a lot of play. Actually, he's a medium A. This guy saw a lot of play, whether it being like Token Druid or like Beast Druid, Mid-Range Hunter, Odd Rogue. It's just a 1 mana, 1/3. It sticks around. Like, that's all you want when you're playing an aggressive deck going first. Good against 1/1 stuff. Really good. Yeah. Shocking. Premium stats and of Tribe are still pretty good, especially when it's 1 mana. You have Desert Hare. It's 3 mana, 1/1 beast. Summon 2 copies of itself, or 2 Desert Hares. Really good with Evolve. That's been his only plays in Evolve Shaman. In Standard, I mean, he'd wrecked Standard for a while with the whole Doom in the Tomb event. It was busted. I'll give him a low A because he still sees play in Wild. Like, Evolve Shaman's not terrible. And it's literally that. It should just be a Shaman card, really. It's just never really seen play other than that. We have Vicious Fledgling, Flappy Bird, 3 mana, 3/3 beast. Every time it attacks the enemy hero, it gains an adapt, so you can get Wind Fury and attack again, and adapts again. This is like a very low S tier beast, but it is. This guy saw play's entire Standard run, and still pops up here or there in Wild. Banned from Arena because he was too good. Just a very, very toxic, I hate this card, but very good beast. That, imagine, remember when Innervate gave you 2 mana crystals? You could get 2 of these out on like turn 1. It was busted. Crazy. We have Mukla, the new one, newer one. 6 mana, 5/5. Add 2 bananas to your hand. Not bad, not great. You saw a Fringe player there. You're paying 6 mana for a 5/5, kind of sucks. And then you have to invest 2 more mana to get +2/+2. So it's like 8 mana for a 7/7. But there's synergy you can do with like quest stuff. It saw play, not great. Chameleos, absolute piece of crap. The most overhyped card. I gave it a 1. Everyone's like, oh, this card's gonna be crazy. You can read your opponent's hand. You get value. No, it's trash. It's always been trash. If you're running it, it's trash. The information doesn't matter. The effect sucks. I mean, if you're running it, don't. It's bad. It's an F. Screw Chameleos. Captain's Parrot. You might not be aware of this. It's a card. It was like a promotion card you could get for getting every pirate in the game back in the day. Now it's a Hall of Famed card. But it's a 2 mana, 1/1 pirate beast. Battlecry, draw a pirate. That's freaking terrible. It's an F. I don't think it's ever seen competitive play. And there's been a lot of pirate decks. We have Fierce Monkey, a 3 mana, 3/4 taunt for Warrior. Very good. I'll give it an A. Saw a lot of play like Dragon Warrior, Taunt Warrior. It's premium statted, meaning you can get it off Curator. It's got taunt. It's just good. Really good. Yeah. And he's got an amazing sound that if you look up, you can find a Candy Shop remix. I highly recommend it. We have King of the Beasts, 5 mana, 2/6 with taunt. You gain +1/+1 if you have friendly beasts on. It's freaking terrible. No, +1 attack. It doesn't even gain health. It's freaking awful. Like, this is back when, like, you had fair stuff if it gained attack. Now it's just like +5/+5 if you're holding like 1 card, you know? Like, oh, it's awful. Awful card. Never really saw play. We have I don't even remember, it's like Walversaur Runt. I can't pronounce it. It's a 2 mana 2/2 if you hold 2 other minions you adapt. It saw a little tiny bit of play, but overall it's a 2/2 adapt, wasn't worth a heck of a lot. Saw really early play. I'll give it a low B, because I did see it on ladder. Vicious Scale High. This is like one of the more surprising beasts. You gotta give it an S tier. It popped up in so many decks, whether it be Quest Rogue, mid-range Hunter, like hand buff Rogue, hand buff Paladin. It just turns out cheap lifesteal rush that you can buff is insane. And yeah, it saw so much play. It doesn't see much play in Wild today, I'll give it that, but it's an S tier beast. It's defined so many decks for a long time. Escape Mana Saber, one of the more recent beasts, a 4-mana 3/5. When you attack, gain a mana crystal this turn. It sees a ton of play. I'm not ready to give it an S quite yet, but it's getting there. You see it in like Highlander Mage, Highlander Hunter, the new Cube Priest or Runes Priest or whatever you want to call it, Mana Saber Priest. Really good card. I mean, it's got, you can't interact with it, it's got good stats, and cheating mana is always powerful. Really close to S tier. Maybe if I do this again someday, it'll get bumped up. I just can't quite put it there yet. Undasta, it's a 9-mana rush beast. Overkill, you summon a random beast from your hand. Saw a good amount of play in like cheap beast decks, but outside of that, not so much. I'm actually going to give it a B. Some people didn't even run it. Like, it just wasn't worth it. You just stuck with, like, Witchwood Grizzly, King Crush, and stuff like that. And it was only really in that one deck. There are some other cheat decks where it's seen play, but not enough for me to warrant it as an A. We have Galaka Crawler, 2-mana 2/3 beast, Battlecry. You kill another pirate. You kill a pirate. You gain +1/+1. This guy is, like, the S-tier tech card in Wild. And even in Standard when he was there, you could just put him in your Pirate Warrior deck and eat your own pirates, and it was good in the mirror. It's just a crazy card. It's a premium status beast, and pirates have been popular since, well, Patches has been card, and it just hasn't fallen off. Galaka doesn't see a ton of play right now, but he always pops up. He's always really good, and I gotta give him an S, even if he is just kind of a tech card. You can slam him on 2, it's fine. Then we have Bad Luck Albatross. He was 3 mana, he's now 4 mana. It's a 4-mana 4/3 beast. Summon, shuffle 2 albatrosses into your opponent's deck. If it didn't get nerfed, it'd be an A. Now he's a B. A low B at that. Still a tech in, like, only really Wild now. Some people run it in, like, greedy cube decks where you still, it's like hate lock. You just want to screw over everybody, so you run, like, mill stuff and you run Albatross and just screw with them. And I guess there's probably some, like, Death Rattle priests that run it. But overall, it just, that 1-mana hit was too much. There's actually a downside to playing it, and that's enough to kind of kill it. We have Life Drinker, a 4-mana 3/3 beast, Battlecry. Deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, and you heal for 3. Kinda gotta give it an S. It's been in, like, Shutterwalk Shaman, Aggro Rogue, Hunter decks have run it. It's just, I can't believe how versatile this card has been over the years. It's healing, damage, it's a beast. It just does a lot of good stuff. It's a low S, but it's been in so many decks, and still today in Wild. I mean, we've been jamming Shutterwalk Shaman, and it's a really good part of it, so... yeah, super, super insanely powerful beast. And I never would have guessed it. I thought it would just be a middle-of-the-road beast, but healing and damage, very powerful. We have Crackling Razormont, 2-mana 3/2 beast for Hunter. Battlecry, adapt a friendly beast. I'm going to give it an S as well. Premium stats upside. This was like in almost every standard Hunter deck that didn't cheat out big beasts, because it was just insanely good. Play Diremole on 1 into Razormon 2, you win the game. A lot of the time, versatile with rush stuff, unleash, give it poisonous, give it +3 attack. Insanely powerful card. And again, still sees play in Wild, because why wouldn't it? It's just really good. Then we have the Hyena that gains, it's a 4-mana 3/3 Battlecry. You get 2/2 beasts if you have an active secret. Very good. Just never has seen a lot of play. It's seen a good amount, so I'm giving it a low A. It's a 4-mana 7/7. But yeah, the stats, I guess, just the fact that it's so susceptible to AoE. It's a 3/3 and 2/2/2s, and you do have to have a secret active, which can be awkward because your opponent can trigger it. And then you got a 4-mana 3/3 in your hand, and that sucks. So there are downsides to it that have made it awkward, but a very powerful beast nonetheless. Then we have Kragwa the Frog. It's a 6-mana 4/6 beast. Battlecry, add spells that you cast the last turn to your hand. Is a greed card in Shaman, soft fringe play. I'll give it a like a low B. It just never was really necessary. Shaman, despite the fact it's supposed to have weak card generation, just doesn't. So you didn't really need this. And you're paying a lot of mana for an underpowered body. But it wasn't terrible. It saw some play here and there. Give it a low B, but nothing great. We have Hypogryph or Hippogryph or Hypnogryph or whatever. 4 mana, 2/6 rush taunt. I've seen some people play it in their decks. I don't know why. So I'll give it a low C. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's just better stuff to do. Then we have Diving Griffin, a 3 mana 4/1 rush beast for Hunter. And it draws another rush minion from your deck. Really good card. It's in like every Hunter deck, because why wouldn't it be? It removes almost everything on turns 2 and 3, and it draws a card, and it's a beast. Really insane card. Timberwolf is a 1 mana 1/1 beast for Hunter. Give your other beast +1 attack. It's been a staple in a lot of decks. I mean, it's really good with Unleash. It's not like Hyena good, but I'll give it a low A. It's seen a lot of play here and there. Combo decks, mid-range Hunter, all that. Solid, versatile, all that good stuff. Yeah. And we have a charged warhorse, or whatever. 4 mana 5/3, you had to win a joust to get charged. Pretty below average, borderline F. But, you know, if it hit charge, that was pretty sweet. It's aggressively statted, so it's 5 smork, but yeah, you're playing an aggressive like deck that wants to charge. It's probably not going to be running a lot of big minions, and losing the joust is basically game losing. So low C, close to an F. We have Jeweled Macaw, 2 mana 1/1 beast. Discover a 3-cost card. It's pretty good, not bad. Low B, soft fringe play, good value card. What I wish Discover was more like these days, where it's more like, you know, a 3-cost card. It's more like, you know, not a random dragon or something like that. I wish they would go back to these kind of Discover cards. And it has a bad body, so you actually had to pay a little bit of downside for it. And it saw play. It wasn't terrible, so I'll give it a B. We have Bloodfriend Raptor, 2 mana 3/2 beast. We'll put them with River Croc. They go together. Vanilla stats. You put it in your basic decks. Tundra Rhino, 5 mana 2/5 beast for Hunter. It has charge and gives all beasts charge. Yeah, I'll give it a low A. You know, it's not quite the S tier beast, but it's been good in like mid-range Hunter and of the decks of the like, and you can do stuff, a lot of cool combo stuff, where you like make your beast 0 and buff them, and you play them with Tundra Rhino. You can do a lot of cool stuff. Definitely an A. Actually, give it a higher. I gotta give it a higher A than this. I'll put it like around John Alite. It's gotta be around higher than Highmane, because Highmane's fallen off so much. Then we have Tarantus, the like great beast for Druid. It's a 10 mana 12/12 beast. Cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers. This was like this is like really good in the mirror, in the Druid mirror, because Druid can't target this, and you'd screw him. But overall, I'm not going to give him an A. He's a really cool card, really big. Like it in Big Easy Druid and stuff like that, but you often didn't make the cut there. You cheat him out and all that stuff. It's good, but not quite an A. And, you know, 10-cost cards that don't do anything historically haven't been phenomenal, but good enough to be a high B. Then we have Giant Mastodon, an arena card. It's like a 9 mana 4/10 taunt. Yeah, arena. Not bad. It's not like an F, but not great. Gazrilla, 7 mana 6/9 beast. Every time it takes damage, it doubles its attack, so this can get out of control really quickly, but it always dies when you play it. It just dies. I've never seen it in a competitive deck, ever. It's all memes. But it's a solid meme. And, you know, you never know when that Gazrilla deck's gonna pop out. You never know. You're gonna cheat it out and play with Tundra Rhino. It's nuts. I'll give it a C. But not quite at the power level of cards that have actually seen meta play. Then we have Black Cat. It's a 3 mana 3/3 mage beast that has a spell damage +1. It was an odd cost card, so it got Hall of Famed early. And if you had no odd cost, if you had only odd cost cards in your deck, you drew a card. Very good in Odd Mage. You'd play it there. Not quite the level of John Alite good, but decent enough. I'll give it a high B. I mean, the effect's insane. If it had no odd cost restriction, and we're talking, but you have to play it in Odd Mage, and against a middle-of-the-road deck, it's just not worth putting as an A. Now, Princess Ahurahan, 6 mana, 6/5, Battlecry trigger a friendly enemy's death rattle. Premium stats, tribe, upside, never really good enough. I'll give it a high C or low B. Again, insane stats, good effect, but you had to have a death rattle on board. And again, Hunter can be usually as aggressive. They don't want to do this stuff until more late. Lately, it's been more greed based, and again, you just got better stuff to do. So, not quite there. We have this is another arena card, the Crocolisk. Not entirely sure, but yeah, it's a 3 mana 1/1 Divine Shield Poisonous. Never really seen it see play. It's not a terrible card by any means, but not really a competitive play. Then we have the Petordax, the 4 mana 4/4 Warlock Beast that destroys a friendly minion and adapts twice. Not bad. Seen Fringe playing some Zoo decks. I'll give it a B. It's not quite A. It was never a real staple. Good arena card. Just, yeah, in some Zoo decks, okay. Korhand, 7 mana 9/5 Taunt Beast. Yikes. You're not running that card ever. Terrible. And we have Emerald Reaver, 1 mana 2/1 Beast. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Smork. I mean, it's played in Face Hunter, right? That's about it. I've seen it in Face Hunter. Like, full-on degen, like Odd Hunter. So I'll give it a B, but that's about it. It's like a middle-of-the-road B. We have, I don't remember the name of this. It's a 4 mana 3/3 Epic Beast. Your opponent cannot target this with spells or hero powers. It's a 4 mana 3/3. Like, it's not worth playing it on the board and then buffing it. It's never panned out. I'm actually going to give it an F. It's just, I've never seen it see play. Ever. Then we have Capture Jormonger. A lot of stats. 7 mana 5/9 Beast. You draft it in Arena. It's okay. It's a lot of stats. I'll give it a C. We have a Hunting Mastiff. A 2 mana 2/1 Echo Rush Beast for Hunter. It's okay. Not great. It's a low B. I actually have seen the odd person play it in Wild for some reason, but it's not really worth the card slot. It's not like it's terrible, but you're paying a little bit extra for an echo effect that's just not really worth it in Hunter. We have Nesting Rock. It's a 5 mana 4/7 Beast. If you have 2 friendly minions on board, it gains Taunt. So good stats and Taunt. This card saw a lot of play. People kind of forget about this one. It doesn't really ever see play in Wild, but saw a good amount of play. And Priest was very prominent when this was around. And 4 attack against Priest was pretty good. So I'm actually going to give it a low A. I know it doesn't see any play, but I have fond memories of that guy. He did some good stuff. Thunder Lizard, 3 mana 3/3. If you played an elemental the prior turn, gain adapt. Meh. Low C. Meh. Arena card, and it was usually a 3/3 in Arena. 4 mana 2/6 Stegodon. Again, pretty mediocre. You compare it to this guy, this is a 2/6 that has Rush, and then there's a 2/6 without it. Unless this is a 2/5. I can't remember entirely. Anyways, you got this off Spike Ridge Seed. That's where it was good. You didn't play the card. So, I'll actually give it a very low C. Then we have Gruul, the Shark. It's a 5 mana 2/2. It would draw a card from your deck and eat it, and it would take its stats, and Death Rattle would then add it to your hand. Never really good enough. Never really made the cut. I'll give it a high C, but yeah. 5 mana 2/2, man, and it even if you got like you played like high roll stats with it, it never really worked. It was just too much and too susceptible to like Silent Sap, a lot of stuff. King Mukla, 3 mana 5/5 Beast, add 2 bananas to your opponent's hand. I'll give him a B. He's seen played in some aggro decks. You can even use him in like mill decks. He's got some use, but he's not an A beast, but not as bad as one might think. Speaking of terrible, we have Acid Maw, 7 mana 4/2 Beast for Hunter. That's right, 4/2 for 7 mana. The insane effect it gets, any minion that takes damage is destroyed. It's like poisonous to anything that takes damage. Holy crap, was this bad. Never seen competitive play. The idea was Acid Maw Dreadscale, a 10 mana AoE, and just no. Horrendous. That's the definition of an F. Like, yikes. Then we have Amani Warbear, I think. 7 mana, 5/7 taunt with Rush. Pretty darn good. Kind of reminds me of like the Nesting Rock style of Beast. Saw play here and there. You could cheat it out. You could just play it from in hand. It wasn't the worst. Even like Taunt Warrior could utilize it. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. We have Arthas, a 4-mana 2/2 Beast. Add a random Death Knight card to your hand, like the Lich King cards. Yeah, a 2/2 for 4 mana. Just no, it never made the cut. Actually, it's straight up an F. Like, if you ran this card, it was a mistake. And Death Knight cards on average, like, they're very hit and miss. So you're paying 4 mana for one, and it's a 2/2. It just never was worth. A Volcanosaur, 7 mana, 5/6, adapt twice. We got this card early, I believe, before the set came out for Ungoro. I could be wrong. But it was a really good arena card. Ladder saw, like, a tiny bit of Fringe play. So I'll give it a B. But it quite isn't, it's not that good a power level. It's just very fringe, but not a terrible card nonetheless. We have Duskbat, 3 mana, 2/4. If you have taken damage this turn, you summon 2 1/1 bats. It's okay. Just never really good enough. I'll give it a C. Not quite a fail. We have Malorn, 7 mana, 9/7 Beast for Druid. Death Rattle, shuffle Malorn into your deck, so theoretically, it could go infinite. And he could do stuff with Malorn with like the Undertaker and stuff like that. But overall, never really good enough to ever see play. It just doesn't do anything when you play it. And fatigue has never really been that big an issue since like Jade Idol's been a card. And even nowadays, if you're doing like the Undertaker stuff, you're just using Astral Tiger. So not quite good enough, but I won't give it a fail. It's just kind of, all right, pretty cool flavor. And the animation's sick. Just the card itself, yeah. Then we got the 1 mana 2/2. The original 1 mana 2/2 Beast for Druid. No text, just a 1 mana 2/2. Good. Still sees play. A lot of time in like Embiggen Druid and all that stuff. You had Mark of Yashiraj, where you'd buff it and give it +2/+2 and draw a card. It's a 1 mana 2/2. You've seen the power of that within like even in today. We got that neutral 1 mana 2/2 that's just in like every Demon Hunter deck. Yeah. So yeah, it's an A. Nothing exciting, but gotta give it its due. We have Plated Beetle, a 2 mana 2/3, Death Rattle, gain 3 armor. I'll give it a low A again. Versatile, good beast, gives you some lifesteal. Even has some synergy with, like, I guess, N'Zoth and other Death Rattle synergies. And yeah, seen play here and there. It's not, again, nothing exciting, but very solid beast. We have King Mosh, 9 mana 9/7 beast for Warrior. Battle Cry, destroy all damaged minions. That includes your own. I'll give him a B. He never really saw fruition. There were a couple of decks, like you ran Whirlwind King Mosh for a clear. I was just never a big fan of the power level of him. But he was close. He was close to being good enough. But 9 mana, and Warrior typically has better ways of removing stuff, whether it be Brawl or Warpath. Just not quite there. We have one of the newer Beast Marsh Hydra, 7 mana 7/7 Rush Beast for Druid, and it adds an 8-cost minion to your hand when it attacks. This guy's really good. The archetype there is just not there for it. Like, there's just better stuff to do than Big Druid, but I really liked him in Big Druid because 8 drops are really good, and it naturally curves out, and it's a good effect. I'm gonna give him an A. I know the card doesn't see much play now, but it's a really good card, and I think it'll sneak in there someday. We have Stubborn Gastropod, a 2 mana 1/2 beast with Poisonous Taunt. He saw a lot of play. This guy shockingly saw a good amount of play. And really good arena card. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to give him an honorary A. Probably really shouldn't be there, but he did some good stuff. It was shockingly playable, and yeah, not too bad. We now have Tomb Spider. It's a 4 mana 3/3 beast. Battle Cry. Discover another beast. Mediocre. Not great. Not bad. Never really saw ladder play. I'll give it a high C. Just not quite there. We have Web Spinner. 1 mana 1/1 beast. Death Rattle. Add a random beast to your hand. Saw a lot of play. I think probably more so than any of the other 1 mana 1/1 beasts that have done stuff like Shimmerfly or Jeweled Macaw. Mainly because it came out a lot earlier. I think it's a Nax Ramus card. I'll give it an A. Definitely saw a lot of meta play and still pops up here and there. We have the Porcupine. It's a 3-mana 2/4 beast. It's a druid card apparently, because you don't really play it much in Hunter. But there is some like face hunters that like buff it, and you can do the stuff with the tiger. I'll give it a B. It just sees fringe play. Like Porcupine Hunter, I rarely ever see it. King Crush, great when you can cheat it out. You almost never hard run this card. You cheat it out with either Bran or Katrina. I'll give it a B. It's kind of that Tarantus territory, where on its own it's not great, but if you can cheat it out, it's good. We have Wild Bloodstinger. Dude, I thought this card was going to be the nut. 6-mana 6/9 beast. Has the Dirty Rat effect where it cheats out a minion from your opponent's hand, and it attacks it, but it's just never really made the cut. I'll give it a B. Sees play in Wild a little bit as like your Dirty Rat card, but just never really good enough. Rat Pack, I thought this was a freaking Battlegrounds card again. 3-mana 2/2 Death Rattle. You summon 1/1 rats for every attack you get. So if you make this a 7/7, you can get 7 of them. Never really saw play. It's okay. I'll give it a high C. Hungry Crab, 1-mana 1/2 beast that it eats a Murloc and gains +2/+2. Decent tech card when Murlocs are in the meta, but overall, it's no Galaka Crawler, which is like always the nuts. This guy just doesn't quite make it. We have Swamp King Dread, 7-mana 9/9 Hunter legendary beast. It attacks any minion that's played. It's good like combo hate card, like your opponent wants to play stuff and just boom, boom, boom. Could cheat it out, but overall, not really good enough to see much play. We'll give him a medium B. He's not bad, not great. Infested Wolf, 4-mana 3/3 beast. Death Rattle summon 2 1/1 wolves. Again, middle of the road beast. Not bad, not great. Fringe play here and there. A little bit more than like Rat Pack from my experience. We have Clutch Mother, 2-mana 2/2 Warlock legendary. If you discard it, gain +2/+2. Add it back to your hand. He's playing Disco Lock decks here and there, especially with the whole Disco Lock deck being very good right now. This guy's bumped up. I'd actually probably give him like a C. It was so fringe, but now it's like a very high B. Like, it's still not like the really great deck in Disco Lock, but it's good enough to run. I just don't want to give it an A. I just don't see that. And then we have Nightmare Amalgam, the dragon I didn't review last time. We're putting him in the Beast review. Yeah, versatile, I guess, but you've never really play him in like almost any deck. But it's a B. It's a 3-mana 3/4 Beast. But he just gets eaten by so many crabs. It's kind of not worth the risk. I'll put him with his Hungry Crab friend because he can eat him right away. We got Direwolf Alpha. This guy has seen a lot of play in a lot of zoo decks, a lot of aggro decks. I'll give him a low A. He's just always popped up in these decks. Not so much lately, but historically, Direwolf has seen a ton of play. Giving your adjacent minions +1 attack can be pretty good. We have something Skitterer. I don't know. 3-mana 3/3 Warlock Beast. You discover a spell and you take damage for the cost of it. The downside was a huge downside. You just take too much damage from this card. Not even worth like trying to make it work in like a damaged Warlock or with Spellstones. Basically an F. I never really saw any competitive play. We have this Grizzly card. It's an Grizzled something. 8-mana 3/5 Taunt. Death Rattle, recruit 2, I believe 4 cost or less minions from your deck. Bad stats, effects not great. The idea was to like get Astral Tigers and stuff. Never really panned out. There's just way too much mana for the cost of what you got. I'm gonna give it an F too. I never saw it pan out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just never saw it. Then we have this Crystal Stag. It's a 5-mana 4/4 Rush Beast. As a battle cry, if you've healed a certain amount, I don't remember the exact amount, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone play it without getting it randomly, you would summon another one. So, cool. 5-mana 8/8 with Rush. And then they made an Oasis Surger. Like, why would you ever bother? You never bothered with this. And Oasis Surger was pretty insane and still is. Just not good enough right now with the quest support. But yeah, not quite good enough. I'll give it a C. If it's active, it's pretty good. But to make it active, it's not worth. Then we have Dispatch Kodo, 4-mana 2/4 Beast that can attack equal to its attack. So its core state, it deals 2, but if you hand buff it, it dealt more. Never really worked out. There's some cool combos you could do. and stuff like that if you really buff the crap out of it and you do stuff with Bran and pretty rad stuff like that. But it's a meme card. I'll give it a C for that reason. Not quite a fail, not quite there. Haunted Creeper, one of the OG insane zoo cards. For a long time, this was an S tier beast. Fallen off a lot in recent years. There's just a lot more better 2-drops to play. But I'll give him an A. I'll hang him out with Direwolf. He was good with Direwolf. You get the 1/1s, you buff the .1/1s. Pretty good, but yeah. Power Creep kind of knocked it out of position. Then we have Merc Spark Eel, Even Shaman card, also Hall of Famed early. 2 mana, 2/3, and it can deal 2 damage if you have no even cost cards. Very good. Staple in every Even Shaman deck ever. And Even Shaman's been really good almost always, so we'll give it an A. Not quite an S, because it's only literally one archetype, but yeah, very solid. I forgot this was a card. This is a 2 mana, 2/1 Divine Shield Poisonous. Or not Divine Shield, it's just Poisonous, and it can't be attacked by spells or hero powers, or targeted. Yeah, I think it belongs here. Seems like a good F to me. We have Alley Cat. 1 mana, 1/1 Beast Battlecry. Summon a cute cat. The cute cat is S tier. The regular Alley Cat is a pretty high A tier beast. Still sees play in like beast hunters and all that stuff. It's just good and insanely good with Crackling Razormaw. Likely to stick around, and again with like Direwolf, with Timberwolf, so many good beasts can do stuff with it. Very powerful card, but not quite S. I don't put it quite at the Razormaw level. Grotesque Dragonhawk, 7 mana, 5/5 Wind Fury. Literally never seen it play on ladder. Not once. Not even a once. It's an F. We got the Vulture that if you take damage on your turn as a Warlock, you get a random 3-drop. Really good. 4 mana, 3/5 upside. Can really snowball hard. I'll give it an A. This archetype of Warlock hasn't really been that good, but this card carries a lot of it. It's a very good card. Just doesn't see a ton of play. Hadronox, 9 mana, 3/7 Death Rattle Beast. Resummons all taunt minions that have died this game. Obviously, staple in Hadronox Druid, it was named after it. And has fallen off in recent years, but it was a terror for a long time. I'll give him an A. Resummoning taunt minions, very, very powerful. And when you Witching Hour it, holy crap. Really good stuff can happen, but there's weaknesses like Polymorph and Hex and effects like that that are a lot more common as time has gone on. So, not quite the juggernaut he was, but I'll give him a very powerful card. We have a Rager for Hunter. It's a 4/4. If your hand is empty, gain +3/+3. Another card I've literally never seen play. Blackrock Mountain Beast. Yikes. We have Knuckles. 5 mana, 3/7 Beast. It doesn't matter what it attacks, it goes face. And that's pretty cool. Really solid meme card. Not very good. Really never seen play in a competitive deck, but it's a cool card. I'll give him a high C, but yeah, I can't give him a B if he's never even literally seen play in a constructed deck. We have Phase Stalker, 2 mana, 2/3 Beast for Hunter. You get your hero power, you get a secret. It's just really good. It's over premium stats, upside, snowballs too. You keep cheating secrets out, and it can protect itself. Really, really, really good card. It's actually a really high A. That's like borderline S, but not quite. For some reason. Mounted Raptor, 3 mana, 3/2 Beast for Druid. Kind of similar to Shredder. You get a 1-drop, but just wasn't as good as Shredder because 1-drops suck. And it just never really worked that well in Druid. It's a low B. It saw a little bit of play in like token decks, but overall just not good enough. Then we have the Fart Frog, or something frog. Fart Frog? I don't know. He spits. He's a spitter. 2 mana, 1/3 Beast. Whenever you cast a spell, it does 1 damage to a random minion. It's Flame Waker, but really balanced, so it's not really good. It saw Fringe play, so I'll give it a low B, but yikes, not very good. Then we have Megasaur, 10 mana, 7/14, Diced Meteor. A lot of good memes about this card. It's a shitload of stats, but overall, he's like Jormonger. How can you play a 10 mana card that does nothing? But I won't give it a fail. Stampeding Kodo, 5 mana, 3/5. Destroy a minion with 2 attack or less. It's been a tech card here or there. Sees play here or there. I'll throw it in the B area. Not amazing, but he sees play once in a while. We have Hellbore or Fellbore. 1 mana, 2/1. This is a new beast. Death Rattle, it dies, it gives a beast in your hand, +1/+1. It's just never been good enough. It's just not that good. The hand buff element, it's not really consistent and good, and the body sucks, so yeah, not really that great. Then we have this little hatchling. It's a 1-mana 1/1 beast. Death Rattle, it makes a beast in your hand cost 1 less. It just never did anything. I've never seen it do anything. It's just meh. I got it randomly. That's about it. And then we have Myexna. Again, kind of. 7 mana, I think it's a 3/9 beast with poisonous. Where's Myexna? You can hang out with them. Yeah, it seems about right. We have Bloodsworn. 5 mana 4/4 lifesteal beast. Yeah. It was a decent Rexar option. That's about it. You never put this card in your deck, though. Night Prowler. 4 mana 3/3. If the board is empty, you get a bunch of stats. Yikes. Never seen that guy play either. Weasel Tunneler. 1 mana 1/1. Shuffle. Death Rattle. Shuffle itself into the opponent's deck. Honestly, it's a C, but the memes are so strong. We'll give it a medium B. You gotta love the Weasel Tunneler. It's allowed for some stupid pre-stacks and just absurdity. It's bad, but the meme level is so high. I'm gonna give him a B. Then we got the Lion, the National Geographic card. It's a 4 mana 5/2 rush battlecry. Copy the Death Rattle of a friendly minion. Really good. This card will get better as time goes on. I'm actually going to give it an A. Yeah, the decks it's in right now aren't that powerful, but it helps a lot. And the more Death Rattles there are, the better. And I honestly believe there is a Hunter deck in Wild, undiscovered, that I think this card could fit into. I think a Death Rattle Hunter out there could be viable. We have Simba's Pride. Probably not Simba, but we're going to go Simba's Pride. It's a 3 mana 3/1, and it's got a Death Rattle of drawing 2/1 attack, 1 health minions from your deck. Saw Fringe play. It draws some cards. It's not bad. It's not great. I'll give it a B. The Beast, 6 mana 9/7. Ooh, starts. Death Rattle, summon a 3/3 Einhorn for your opponent. Yikes. Garbage. You can hang out with the Core Hound. You guys are pretty good at being trash. Hyreek. It's Hyreek the Bat. It's an 8 mana 1/1. Get more 1/1s unless you hand buffed, which is hard to do. Complete trash. You hang out with Asimov, right? Then we have North Sea Kraken, 9 mana 9/7 beast, deal 4 damage. The Ultimate Arena card. I can still hear Crip summoning the Kraken today. Never really good enough for ladder. Kinda close. We'll give it a low B. It's a powerful card. It's a lot of stats. Good battle cry. But I think it saw a tiny bit of ladder play, unlike the Crocolisk, which really didn't. So we'll give it a B. Then we have Iron Beak Owl, 3 mana 2/1 silence a minion. It's the only real good. It's the only neutral silence in Standard. It has seen so much play over the years, whether it be 2 mana or 3 mana. You got to give it an honorary A. It still sneaks in there, here and there. If you need a silence, the owl can get you there. Then we got this piece of crap. It's a 3 mana 2/2 for Druid. If you play another minion, get +1/+1. It's a 2/2. And your upside, you have to hit 3 minions, and it's like, okay. It's an F. Garb. Mana Sabertooth, Mana Tooth Tiger, I don't know. This guy's a 6 mana 8/2 with stealth. Yikes. It dies to everything. It's the ultimate smork. But no, it just dies. No good. We have Savage Combatant. 4 mana 5/4 beast for Druid. You inspire, so you hero power. You gain +2 attack. It saw a lot of play when it came out. Been power creeped the hell out of the game. But I'll put him in this area. He sees play here and there. Not anymore. But he did. He's good. Premium stats, upside. It's just the upside's not really ever what Druid wants to do. And it's just not quite good enough. We have this is the Wasp. The Wasp, the 2 mana 1/3 rush. And when it is damage, it gains +2 attack. Saw Fringe play. It's decent, but not good enough. Carry on Grub, a 3 mana 2/5 beast. Just vanilla stats for Hunter. But again, saw some Fringe play. Its stats on a beast, I'll give it a very low B. We have Gonk. Gonk for Druid, 7 mana 4/9. When you attack, a minion you can attack again, and you can do some really cool combos. Gonk Druid's never really been that good, but the meme is solid. He can hang out with Weasel. Not really powerful enough to warrant a good rating, but good enough. We got Huge Toad. It's a 2-mana 3/2 Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Yeah, saw a good amount of play in like mid-range Beast Hunters and stuff like that. Kindly Grandmother kind of card. We'll put him in that area as a beat. We have Mukula's Champion. A 5-mana 4/3 Inspire. Give other minions +1/+1. Not bad, not great. Saw fringe play here and there. Overall, good card, but not like an A. This is a low B. We got the Tortoise. It's a 3-mana 3/5 beast. Really good stats, but Battlecry damage yourself for 5. Just the damage is too much. It's always been too much. I'll give it a C. It's not a terrible card, but never quite good enough. Evil Cable Rat, 2-mana beast. You add a Lackey to your hand, random Lackey. Seen a lot of play in Lackey decks. Still sees play in like like Lackey, Zeus, stuff like that. I'll give it an A. Not quite as good as it was at the beginning, because there's way more ways to get Lackeys, but still really solid. Then we have Raven Familiar, 2-mana 2/2 Joust minion for Mage. If you both opponents show a spell, whichever one costs more. If yours costs more, you get to draw it. It's really cool in Pocket Galaxy Mage. You only ran Pocket in Enchanted. You almost always drew it, and the card was solid in like Big Mage and all of that. I'll actually give it. I'll give it a high B. It's still not good enough that it carried the deck and stuff like that, and those decks weren't insanely good, but it was a very strong card. It's borderline A. You can definitely justify it. Then we have the 7-mana 6/8 Winged Guardian, untargetable taunt with Reborn for Druid. Insanely good card. It's crazy it doesn't see much play right now, but that is a lot of untargetable taunt, and it's a nightmare to get through. And when you Witching Hour, it's terrifying. Like, really good card. It just doesn't really see enough play. But I'm still going to give it an A just for how powerful it is. We have Giant Wasp. It's a 3-mana 2/2 Stealth Poisonous. Meh. It's a C. Nothing special. And then we got Apexis Predator. The Prime Hunter Legendary. Really good. It's a 2/4 with Rush, and then you get 8 4/4s when you draw it later. It's really good in Druid when you get it randomly, but it's good in both Druid and Hunter. I'll give it an A. I don't quite think it's like an S tier beast, because it doesn't really win games on the spot. It's just a very good, versatile value card, but kind of in that Mana Saber territory. Not quite as good as it, but very, very good card. Then we have Elder Longneck, 3-mana 5/1 Druid Beast. If you're holding a beast with 5 attack, you adapt it. Meh. Saw fringe play in those decks, but overall bad. Violet Warren, 8-mana 7/7, and if it dies, you get a full board of 1/1 Grubs. Really good arena card. On ladder, not so much. You didn't really play it. I'll give it a C. Then we have Messenger Raven, 3-mana 3/2 Mage Beast. Discover a Mage minion. Good value card, but overall mediocre. We'll give it a B. Not bad, not great. We have Sated Threshodon, 7-mana 5/7 Beast, and you would Death Rattle with summon 3 1/1 Murlocs. Again, arena card. Not that great, not that bad, not an F, but you're not really running it. Silverback Patriarch, 3-mana 1/4 Beast. Speaking of cards that have been power creeped, I don't think anybody's been more power creeped than this, and it's for a reason. It's an F. You're never running this card. I'm sorry. I know the memes are solid on how bad and sad this card is, but he's earned his F. He's an F. Corridor Creeper was one of the best cards ever made as a 7-mana 5/5, and as a 7-mana 2/5, he's still kind of an S tier beast, whether it be Evolved Shaman, an Odd Rogue, Odd Paladin, any deck that likes to kill stuff and can cheat it out and do stuff with it. Really, really, really good card. And he used to have +3 attacks, so imagine where he'd be on the list if it was original. Stone Tusk Boar, 1-mana 1/1 Charger. It's an A. It's seen play in a lot of decks, whether it be hand buff stuff, Quest Rogue. It's a 1/1 Charger, and the second you can buff it and abuse it, it becomes broken. You'd think it wouldn't be that great, but he's broken the game a few times in some decks. We got Snow Flipper Penguin, 0 mana 1/1. It's actually like it's not wisp bad. You can play it in big index. You can Mark of Yashiraj it. It's mainly in Druid, maybe a little bit on Hunter. I think I saw Corbett trying it out in like even Hunter. So we'll give it a B. Snow Flipper, and it's super cute. I have a golden. It's super cute. We have a 3-mana 2/2 that can adapt. That's a fail. We have a 5-mana 4/4 that doubles your minion's attack health in an Odd Priest deck. That's a fail. We have Spring Paw. This card's insane. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Rush Beast. It still sees play in Wild, because why wouldn't it? I mean, if this was still in Standard, it would be in like every Hunter deck. Really, really good beast. You get 2 1/1 rushers, and there's so much beast energy you can use with it. Definitely S tier. I'm actually putting it... It's better than even Crackling Razormaw. And these two go hand in hand. They're fantastic. We have Weaponized Wasp. This guy saw a little bit of play when Quest Shaman was really good. With your lackeys, it's a 3-mana 3/3. Battlecry, deal 3 damage if you have a lackey on board. So we'll give it a B for that. But outside of Quest Shaman, it just really hasn't seen much play. We have a 3-drop that's a 2/2 that gets a random 4-cost card. Yikes. We'll throw that in the F category. It's never seen play like Jewel Macaw, because it's just... The game's changed so much since then. It just doesn't work anymore. That's what power creep does to you. Then we got Scarlet Webweaver. It's a 6-mana 5/5 beast. Battlecry, discount a beast in your hand by 5. It's fun in combo decks, but none of these decks have ever panned out. I'll give it a high B, C. It's just never been good enough. But yeah, there's some meme decks that can make it work. We have Pharaoh Cat. That's an S tier beast all the way. It's a 1-mana 1/2 beast for Rogue. It's been like every Rogue deck since it's been made. And you get a random Reborn minion in your hand. It's not much more to say about it. It's just busted. We have Corpse Widow. 5-mana 4/6 beast. Your Death Rattles cost 2 less. It's good. Just never really seen much play, but it can do some cool stuff. I'll give it a low B. We have Dread Raven. It gains +2 attack for every Dread Raven on the board. It's another nice Druid card you randomly summon, and that's about it. I'll give it a C. It's a 3-mana 3/4. It can't be really a fail, but it's just not really does anything. Bear Shark, really good Hunter beast. It's a 4/3 untargetable beast, and yeah, it kind of fits in this range of cards that saw a decent amount of play when it came out, but again, power creeped out of the game. We have Direhorn Hatchling, 5-mana 3/6, Death Rattle Taunt for a warrior, and it would put another Direhorn Matriarch in your deck, and that was a 6/9, big boy. Saw play at Odd Warrior, doesn't see play really anymore. It's too slow even in like Taunt Warrior decks. We'll go with a high B. It did see a lot of play for quite some time, but I don't think it's quite at this level of beast. We have Witchwood Grizzly. It's a 5-mana 3/12 Battlecry. Lose 1 health for every card in your opponent's hand. So if your opponent's an aggro deck, it's great. Just slam a big Grizzly down. You could cheat it out with like Shadow Essence and stuff. With like Priest, you could cheat it out with Katrina, with Undasta. Really good card. I love the design of it. Yeah, just getting a giant beast with taunts, pretty sick. We got the old Totem Cruncher, 4-mana 2/3, gains +2/+2 and kills your totems. It's shamanistical. I know you'll hate me for it, but it's a C. I won't give it an F. The meme's solid, but yeah, not quite the good card you want it to be. We got the Swamp Queen. I'm not sure the name, but it's a 2-mana 3/1. Add 2 1/2 wasps, or 2 1-mana 2/1 wasps to your hand. Not bad, not great. Seen played some hand buff pally stuff. Augmented Elec, 3-mana 3/4. Shuffles 2 copies of cards that are shuffled. So like you can put extra bombs, extra cards in your own deck. Seen a lot of play. I'll give it a B. It's not like anything super exciting, but good with bombs. Good in like Greed, where you're like dire frenzying and stuff like that. But yeah, versatile. I'm not going to quite give it an A. We have this Warlock Beast that gains lifesteal if you took damage. It's a 5-mana 4/6. Yeah, pretty low C. Not quite a fail, but yikes. Blink Fox, I'll give an A. Still sees play here and there in like Odd Rogue. It's a 3-mana 3/3. Add a random card from your opponent's class in your hand. Just seems so much play. It's value. Good play on 3. You like that in Rogue when you want a dagger on 2. Silizid Swarmer. 3 mana, 3/5. Cannot attack unless your hero is attacked. Decent in like odd Rogue. Even some people have tried it in odd Demon Hunter and stuff like that, but not quite making the cut. But it's a 3 mana, 3/5 beast that could attack in a lot of classes, so we'll give it a B. We have Angry Chicken, 1 mana, 1/1. Gain +5 attack when it's enraged, or whatever you want to call it. They took that keyword away, but we'll say it. Sorry, buddy. You're better than Gurabashi Chicken, but even though you're a solid meme, your meme is not good enough to make you good. Oh my god, this card, I forgot it exists. It's an Exploding Bat. It's a 4 mana, 2/1 hunter card. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to minions. Yikes. Oof. We got the Grizzly, the 3 mana, 3/3 taunt. Classic card. Whatever. We'll give it a low C. Giant Anaconda, actually a pretty cool card. 7 mana, 5/3. Beast, it summons a random minion from your hand that has 5 attack. Really good in like big druid decks, stuff like that. I used to run it in like one with like Barnes, Yashiraj, Deathwing Dragonlord. Not quite good enough anymore, but it had its time. We'll give it a B. We have Giant Sandworm, 8 mana, 8/8. It can attack as many times as you want, as long as it hits different targets. And, you know, it was decent, but never really saw play. But if got on board, it was nuts. I'll give it a B. We have a Gentle Megasaur, 4 mana, 5/4. Adapt your Murlocs. Really good beast, because good in like any Murloc deck. Adapt on Murlocs, crazy. It's good at BG. It's good in Murloc Paladin, Murloc Shaman. Just super good card. It's like really good. I'm not going to give it an S because it's only good with Murlocs, but man, very powerful card. Put him here. And then we got Bittertide Hydra, 5 mana, 8/8, but every time it takes damage, your hero takes 3. The meme was, you play this, you get volcanoed, you died. But it saw some fringe play here and there. I'll give it a low B. So that is every single beast in Hearthstone, rated from S to F. Not a lot of S tier beasts in my opinion, kind of surprising. But you probably disagree with me, so let me know what you think are like the S tier, whether the top tier or the bottom tier beasts are. Let me know what you disagree with or agree with. I'm more than happy for you to agree with. Let me know. And yeah, it was a marathon of a video, so hopefully you got through it. And yes, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. We've been growing like crazy. You guys seem to be loving these videos, so thank you for that. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.